Bonjour. Comment ça va? Oh, I added a new one. And the topic of today is another word, and more. I saw this sweater, I had to buy it. This word in any language is the most beautiful, the most important word in all the languages. And amour means love in French. So we'll be expanding upon amour, but not so soon. So welcome back. Yes, this is Tish. This is the real thing. If anybody can do that, please let me know. I'd love to talk to you. In fact, I love to talk to anyone. I love people. I've always been interested in conversations and things that are going on. If anybody would like to talk about discrimination, child abuse, any of the topics that I've mentioned so far, please contact me. And, I would love to understand your side of the situation. I think it could be very interesting and very helpful. You see, I've come to terms with all of this. It took me years, but I have come to terms with it. But I know people are out there with the same issues that have not come to terms with their ailments. And so I hope that I can help some people as they move through the pain of their problems. Anyway, the rejection at girls' high school, I'm going to have to continue with this, made me very strong, emotionally strong. I became very independent. It really empowered me. It really didn't bother me that these girls weren't having anything to do with me. I just went on my merry way, and but some people, I can see where some people, and not just girls, the boys too, can get in a situation like that, and really it can be a negative process. And that's some of the reasons why these kids in schools are shooting their classmates. You know it as well as I do. Situations like that should not be tolerated in school. The teachers know what's going on. Something should be done. You just don't corner a person and have them like it. It just doesn't work that way. So I'm still in girls' high school, and my mom finally comes out of the hospital. Well, we were going to move in February. This is about November. And what to do with Mama? We had absolutely no room for her in the apartment. None. We didn't have room for us. So it was decided that I was going to be her caretaker. I was going to move in with her and take care of her until we could move to the new house. And that's exactly what I did. I'm 12 years old. I'm living with my mom, who can, at this point, couldn't do much, really. She was to the point of being wheelchair ridden. I would take her out in the wheelchair. We would go to the food store, and I don't know how we did it. I'm pushing her in the cart at the same time. Oh, I'm pushing her, and the cart was behind me. That's right. In fact, I did that with my children, too. Anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. I did the cooking. I did whatever needed to be done. I'm the one who did it. And in the meantime, I'm taking not one, not two, 3 buses to Girls High. I remember starting out at about 5:45 in the morning. Oh, here's my little kitty. If you hear meow, that's my little one. That's my Amberlyn. Anyway, we had quite an experience. And I didn't flinch from it at all. My mom needed to be taken care of. I could do it. I knew I could do it, and I did it. We had some good times, too. So I'm glad for that experience with her, and I know she enjoyed me as well. We had fun together, we really did. So finally, February rolls around and we can move. So we're packing up, and I'm at my mom's packing up, and well, suddenly we hear news that a young girl around my age was raped and murdered, and apparently there were some awful things done to her body. And my mom was scared. She says she didn't want me, she didn't really want me at that point to be out of the house, but I still had to go to school. I can't say I was really fearful, because obviously they were looking for a murderer right in our area, but I was very conscious of my surroundings and what was happening. Well, finally we did move out of there, and we moved to North Wales, Pennsylvania. Now, North Wales is just a little town outside of Lansdale, not Lansdowne, Lansdale, Pennsylvania. And of course, it's in the middle of February, and I go to the secondary school, Pennbrooke Junior High, 7th, 8th, and 9th grades. And here I am again in a strange situation. First off, I was so ahead of these kids in my grades. I was so ahead of, and I spoke French very well. Even then, I mean, I was just starting out, but they looked at me, they were just amazed. I can remember seeing kids' mouths open upon hearing me speak French. I was a whiz in math. I was way ahead of them, so I have to commend Girls High in that respect. I did not realize I was in advanced classes. I know we were in an intelligent a group, but I didn't realize that the classes were so ahead of the mainstream. So here again, it was hard to make friends. I can't even remember one person that really became my friend. This is from February 1966 to June of 1966. So, I mean, I'm getting to be a pro at this. It really didn't bother me at all. It just didn't. It just empowered me, really. It empowered me to do good. I got myself in track and field and gymnastics, and I was doing all kinds of things. And I was excelling in French because I loved it. I just loved the language and more. Love. I love it. French is the language of love. And that whole summer between 9th and 10th grade, I had no friends. My parents did join the pool, and I was at the pool every day, swimming. I was swimming, I was flopping around. One time I went off the high dive. Oh, that, I almost killed myself. I had a bikini on, and the bottoms went down, the top went up. Oh, I had to get myself all together before even coming up out of the water. I've never done that again. It hurt too much. And but I would dive off of the low diving board and off the side of the pool. And I started to make some friends at the pool, not people that went to my school, but I started to enjoy some other people, and they seemed to enjoy me. I know we played cards a lot. Gin rummy and all that stuff, poker, not real poker, but, and we played games in the water. So towards the end of that summer, I was starting to have a really, really good time. But those kids, they looked at me, they thought I was a genius. And like, I'm looking at them, I couldn't believe the reaction. In fact, when I was involved in track and field, I was going over one of the high bars and I sprained my ankle. Well, somebody drove me home. I teach her, I think. And I hobble in the door, and there's Mom. And of course, I sprained my ankle. It was obvious. I mean, you could have looked at my ankle. It was bruised, it was swollen. And I should have gone to the hospital, really, right then. But no, she couldn't figure out how to get me to the hospital. See, she didn't drive. Oh, that's another story. She should have, in my opinion, hired a taxi. She and I should have gone to the hospital and saw to this pain. I want to tell you, it was painful. No, I had to wait for Daddy to come home. So this is about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. My father gets home around 8 o'clock. Oh, the pain was just astronomical. I was almost in tears. It was everything I could do not to cry. That's how painful it was. Finally, my dad took me to the hospital and I got treated. But Mom still stayed at home. Didn't come to see what was going on. In fact, I'm realizing, not quite then, but looking back, I'm realizing that Mom is becoming a recluse in the house. So we'll talk more about that later. If you enjoyed this video, and you want to comment on anything that I've talked about, I mean, I was a caretaker at 12 years old. I would love to talk to anyone who was a caretaker that young to see what their experiences were. And also experiences if you have a parent or a family member that's becoming a recluse and things that you need to do to stop that. So I will say au revoir, have a great day. I'll see you soon to Daring to Dare. The new chapter 2 is Keeping Up with Tish, and this is part 3. Au revoir.